Hey, I'm Hawkey. I've had this video idea for a while, and I thought it might be somewhat controversial for some, but I think it needs to be said. You don't need a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. The short version of why is simply that there's a lack of first-party titles right now, and if you're like me running a 1080p monitor, you're likely not getting the most out of the system anyway. Now that's the short version, but if you'd like, you can stick around for the full details. First, let's cover the graphics argument right out of the gate. I'm going to show you comparisons of the Xbox One X versus the Series X and the PlayStation 4 versus the PS5 in that order to show you just how difficult it is to distinguish from the two. I stared at these photos for at least 2 minutes each, and to be honest, I really struggled to find the difference between the two of them. Maybe you might make the argument that frame rates are all that matter to you, which is fair enough. But if that's the case, then why aren't you buying a PC? It doesn't matter if you go pre-built or you decide to build on your own, you're still going to get better frame rates if you decide to spend a little bit extra on a PC. I should also mention that even if you have a next-gen system, your display likely won't even be able to run it at its full potential. Unless you're willing to shell out roughly 2,000 Australian dollar dues on a HDR display with HDMI 2.1 and whatever other features or panel type you won't have access to all the display options anyway. As for load times, it's certainly noticeable, but you've been dealing with the speeds you currently have for years. Why do you need to speed them up now? Which leads me on to my next point, which there isn't really all that many games yet. I would argue that no matter which side you're on, whether it be PlayStation or Xbox, there's no major game that's worth upgrading for anyway. If anything, it's likely that most games will be cross-gen for a while, at least until late 2022, so there's no point being worried that you'll miss out for quite a long time. Ultimately, the biggest problem I have with this rush to upgrade is that it's an emotional pit that is never really fulfilled. First, it's a console upgrade, which makes you want to upgrade your TV or monitor to get the best out of your system's graphics. Then you go down the rabbit hole of gaming headsets and so on and so on. And for some of you, you might just be a massive baller who has the money to spend and you don't really care how much your account bleeds. And to that I say, go forth. Same for those who are like me, who just really love the early adopters experience and don't rush out to buy other unnecessary upgrades to complete the experience. If you want to be there first, then good on you. Unless you're having system breaking issues like your system not turning on at all, or a power supply issue, or something like a CD drive not working, or you fit into any of the categories above, then there's no real need to fight against scalpers trying to get the next system. Put the money aside in a bank account somewhere, and eventually you'll get the chance to purchase a system. Better yet, displays will be cheaper, and you'll likely be able to pick up a nice sweet display with the money you've put aside as well. Until next time, this is Hawkey.